And Travis is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Travis
Hi.
Riggin.
Yeah. Yes,
He's
I know
from
him.
Well, yes, but we've had other Travises here.
Oh, we've had other Riggin here.
Yes, we have.
And we had a couple hobos earlier.
Hobos?
Just as long as they're not in the past segment there that you guys just did the police reports, I think the Riggins are good. So
I think, yeah, we're all good.
Yeah,
well, that's a tough one to follow there, though.
Yeah.
Scotty will end up.
Oh boy, let's not say that.
Well, you're gearing up for the annual Trekfest, which is next weekend.
Yeah, so it's coming right up. Getting some finishing touches set up for that.
God,
but
it is. Wow.
One nice thing for us this year, the Iowa City Block Party is actually this weekend, and we're the following weekend, so people can do both.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
So
that was a conflict a bit last year.
Yeah, it's been a conflict for I think the last, I believe, 5 or 6 years, and so this year it falls on a different day, and so I don't know if they decided to go
purposely had them arranged it that
Yeah,
way.
we had them.
I think that's great. I reached out to him and sent him an email, and I said, hey, did you guys change your date? If so, that's awesome. Like, you know, because people can do both, and we have the same kind of target market there a little bit. So
Sure. Yeah, because they're both pretty good parties.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And it's actually easier to get to Riverside than it is to get downtown.
Right now it is, yeah.
That's probably really true there. And I mean, you're not going into sticky environments there downtown and going and try to fight for a beer too. So, but yeah, no, we're getting all set up for that. We have some great celebrities coming in. Terry Farrell, Bonnie Gordon, Lolita Fascio, who was a writer for Star Trek as well as a talent agent for booking. We have some really good talent coming in for that in this spectrum of celebrities for Star Trek, but also some really, really good bands too. So
yeah, and that's kind of what holds people down there. I mean, you know, once you get to your meet and greet with the celebrities and stuff, there's other stuff you want to do, and you know, those bands play, and that keeps people down there.
Yeah, so I mean, Elizabeth Von Presley is a huge name out of Cedar Rapids area that goes all around the United States playing. She's made appearances on NBC and doing some recordings that way. She's a few very, very popular music videos that are out there as well. Over about 20,000 following on social media, on Facebook. I think more on Instagram. The Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys, those guys on Friday night will rock it out. They're a country band, and they're from Middle Iowa, but they have a fiddle in the band, so they're kind of a down-home country band, and they have a pretty big following as well, roughly about 10,000 following them. And then we have some up-and-coming bands, too. You know, Nothing's Real, Been There, Done That. Blake Jack, they're a kind of Des Moines-based band, and then Matthew Kane, he's been around for quite a while, and he has quite the following as well on Thursday night. So
now, is Bonnie Gordon, is she going to perform too?
Yeah, so she's kind of a Swiss Army knife when it comes to celebrity-wise. So she's actually a voiceover actor in the kids' animated series Star Trek Prodigy. She's actually the computer of the ship, and so anytime they're like talking to the ship, she's the one.
So she's their Alexa.
Back. Correct. She's a smart speaker going back, but she is actually a part of the Netflix release that's releasing. I believe it's July 1st on Star Trek Prodigy. They're doing season 2 of that, so it's on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so Bonnie will be singing. She'll be doing the Q&A hosting. She'll be model show awards and judging. So she'll kind of be in all the spots that Terry isn't available to do. But she'll also have her own events as well. Just like you said, Jim, she'll be doing a hour segment of covers and remixes that she's made into like nerdy, geeky covers. So it's kind of like a Weird Al kind of segment, but she just kind of has a CD that pops in for the music, and then she grabs the mic and sings. Super, super talented.
Well, that'll be fun. And that's Saturday afternoon, right?
Yep, Saturday afternoon for that portion of it. And she'll also be making an appearance down at our beer tent for our beer tasting. It's our first time trying to do one of those. So we put together a signature glass here with the Kelowna Brewery, getting a glassware provider for our Trilsner Pilsner signature beer to pay tribute to Terry Farrell's character.
Show that a little bit to the camera there.
Yeah, so
that is an actual glass. It looks like a plastic Solo cup, but it's an actual glass.
Yeah, so this is actually the first time that anybody's seeing this. I was getting ready to make a social media post this afternoon about the glassware because the wife and I last night, we sampled them out and did some pictures with some beers being poured inside of it.
Very
so
nice.
we'll be able to market that. But yeah, so that is online. We have it on our Facebook page as well as on our website, how to purchase the tickets for the beer tasting. But it's $25. You get the glassware and a few other kickoffs there. And like I said, I believe Bonnie Gordon's going to be down there. So you'll be able to get some photographs. And that's Thursday night. It's kind of the jump start kickoff. With our festival, it's a little bit different than a normal town festival because we do have people coming in from, all across the United States. And so they're already here on Thursday night typically for Friday. So it's like we need to provide events for them during Thursday night as well as Thursday during the day. So like during the day on Thursday, we're going to have a scavenger hunt that goes all the way through Riverside. So it's going to go to Bud's. It's going to go clear over to La Chiva Loca. It's going to go to the park. It's going to go to the dog park. It's going to go to the Spaceship Museum and some local businesses in town. So those will be some stuff for them to do on Friday, as well as the Q&A writers workshop that's going to be down there with Lolita Faggio, who was a writer, like I said, in about, I think it was 3 or 4 episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And she represents about 40 Star Trek characters agent-wise. So, and that's on Friday. So a lot of good events that happen early on. And I know some people that are coming in and commuting for, locally that are coming in for the Star Trek Festival are like, man, I'm missing some stuff on Thursday and Friday. Like, I'm going to have to plan accordingly for next year. So.
Well, that's cool. And then you've got all this stuff on a website so people can look at the schedule and everything?
Yeah, so our Facebook page is pretty well crammed full of every single event that we have that I don't want to say it's a headlining event. I'm going to try to get better and make sure that almost all the events there have their own event set up on Facebook so you can get a notification set up on your calendar.
Cool.
And that way it can sync over. But so far I believe we got about 40 to 50% of those events done. But yeah, so we have some really, really fun activities throughout the weekend there that even your kids can be involved in. We have 2 water inflatables that are going to be down there. One's like a giant slip and slide. I believe it's like 35 yards roughly in length, and you put it on a slight hill and you just slide clear down the whole thing. Even some adults were jumping in it, waiting in line because of the heat. And we have a big inflatable water slide as well that's coming in, and some inflatables down there as well. Face painting, balloon artist. This year, actually, it was a week ago, got reached out to about a live mural artist. So over the course of your festival, he can put together a mural, and he does it via spray paint, on some stuff there. And so he's coming in on Thursday, got to be there finishing it up on Friday. And then on Saturday all day, people will be able to go get pictures of this live mural that was made during Trekfest.
That's cool.
So I think that the plan and envisioning is to do a temporary display behind Kirk afterwards, and then we'll take it down the fall, winter time, so that way it can be preserved for Trekfest the following year. And if it works out and it's a pretty big hit and people take pictures of it and share it on Facebook, I think we're going to probably try to do it every year because I think it's a nice little touch there, kind of like the people that do the wood carving with the saws and stuff like that. Some people can sit there in the shade a little bit and watch this guy go to town with spray paint cans. So.
Well, yeah, and so you really do have a full days of events starting Thursday night and all the way through Saturday. And still doing fireworks on Saturday night?
Yeah, so we have a really, really good fireworks show. Stumptown Shooters put those on with a partnership with the city of Riverside. Instead of us doing like a 4th of July fireworks show, they do it on Trekfest weekend, which happens to be about a week and a half before the 4th. But yeah, so I mean, you don't have to rush around. You can see a different fireworks show, and then still on the 4th, go find a different fireworks show somewhere else. But yeah,
speaking of fireworks, he's really got it for Terry Farrell. Could you?
That's what he was saying to me. He's like, I found out all this research about Terry Farrell.
He thinks she might be Mrs. Wright, number 3.
Yeah,
he thinks, yeah,
number 3.
He told me that she grew up in Cedar Rapids. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I believe she went to Kennedy High School. But yeah, I think at 17 or 18, she ended up moving to, I believe, Canada to do some modeling. And then she got kind of pulled in by a friend to be a part of the Star Trek. And yeah, so I think that she, 98 episodes that she was in of Star Trek? So, I mean.
And then she was on Becker. for 6 seasons.
Not a clue what that is. That just dates my age
Ted
there a little
Danson.
bit.
Ted Danson, the guy
After
that was,
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm more familiar with Cheers. I mean, it's in a bar front there, and everybody knows your name and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm super excited. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. The shirt design's also really cool. It kind of shows off Cedar Rapids a little bit. Is it the 5 seasons? Is that the little logo there? And this is hand drawn by one of our RAC Club members, the Riverside Area Community Club, Jennifer Dooling. She does a great job each year with that. And it's got some corn off there and the river that goes through Cedar Rapids, and then the Deep Space Nine and a portal there as well. So
I bet you get a lot of visitors from Cedar Rapids for her that went to school with her, and just to see her again. I bet she'll be tickled pink to see some people that she probably hasn't seen in 40, 50 years.
Yeah, I think that this year probably will be just as big of a year as the year that we had Michelle Nichols, Walter Koenig, and Sulu that was here. Drawing a complete
someone
blank.
that went to school with Terry Farrell. Hi.
Yeah, she went to school at Washington High School in Cedar Rapids. She came out of there in '81.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, nice girl. I wasn't in the group that she hung out with, but we did see each other in the hallways. And nice, really nice. It'll be fun to have her back in Iowa once.
Oh, very cool.
So were you with the Jets and she was with the Sharks?
We're talking 1981, Steve. Jesus.
So I was with the nerds and she was with the glamorous people.
Hey, thank you.
But, she was really nice in high school. She wasn't like standoffish or anything like that at all. So
nice to hear.
Well, we'll be down there. We're going to come down and say hi to her.
That's great to hear.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
No, and that's the cool thing about our celebrities that come in too. We really try to emphasize that we're a festival, but we're not set up like your Comic-Con and stuff like that, where there's a table that's in between you and the celebrity where you're signing the autographs. I mean, we do have that portion of it, but when you're actually down at our festival, I mean, it's truly not a plexiglass screen in between you and the celebrity. It's a very kind of like more personable event celebration, and we really try to get the celebrities that understand that portion of it too. We don't want somebody that is
a diva
or full of themselves, don't want to be a part of the events.
Right.
The biggest thing about it is we're not in an event center. We're in our public space of Riverside,
right?
And we're taking people and the community members and people that are coming in for this festival all throughout town to support our local Riverside. So
well, Travis, we're going to keep our fingers crossed for some nice weather and
fingers crossed.
And a great turnout. And if you've not been there before, this is a perfect year to go down and check it out. Starting Thursday night and then running Friday and Saturday next week.
Yeah, so Trekfest.org has most of the details there, or on Facebook at Riverside Trekfest. So,
all right, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
The next KCJJ radio auction happens this Friday.